We have and new Ilia Topuria defeats Alexander Volkanovski via TKO to become the new featherweight champion. My brother Eric, you were there in person. How did it feel, and what was the environment like in there?
It was electric. It was absolutely insane in there. And I've got to say, shout out to you, Georgians, because you guys travel very well. And they were very loud for Marab and Ilia there. They were pretty annoying, too. I'm not going to lie. We were walking out sad as hell after seeing Volk lose. They're just going, ole, 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 ole. I'm going to have nightmares about that shit. Anyway, my brain's kind of mush right now. I can't lie. These last 3 days have just been like one day for me. I'm tired. I'm sad. I'm broke. But I got a roof over my head. I got food on the table, so I cannot complain. Excited to be here. And with the fight, Volkanovski, man, he just didn't look like the same guy. You know the magic stat. Fighters 35 and over in the weight classes of 170 and under, or 170 to 135, I believe. 1 and 22, with that one being Tyron Woodley. Once again, it stayed true. There was a moment when Volk threw a body kick, and my friend and I, we both looked at each other and we were like, shit, that just looked slow, man. And I had a bad feeling that what happened was going to happen. Once the fight started, you could tell Ilia was a little faster out there. He had Volk on the back foot for a decent amount of it, and when he got him stuck against the cage, that was that. But you sniped it. You absolutely called this one, so how were you feeling? Were you going into it thinking it was a win-win since you had money on Topuria, but obviously we like Volk? Or how were you feeling?
I was kind of up on the night already. So I was kind of just like, whatever happens, happens. At that point, I kind of already had a lot to drink, so it was just like, I knew what was going on, but I didn't know that. Obviously, I knew I had the bet in, but at the time, I wasn't thinking about the bet. Yeah. I wasn't. I don't know. I didn't think of it as a win-win. It was just more so the same as all this other stuff that happens. It's just in shock. I'm not really thinking about the money at this point. It's just kind of just like shock, like, damn, this happened, whether if it's Volk or the other way around. Like we always say about this sport, like, did this really just happen? Like that shit really happened. Yeah. Just nuts. Just lost for words. Topuria said what he said he was going to do. And it was just, it's crazy. Like when that happens, like he called a shot and fucking.
Yeah, he's special. He's special. You can't deny it. He's a generational talent. I think it's safe to say that now. And Volkanovski was calling for the rematch. I think everyone doesn't want him to take that immediately. He's obviously earned it, so it's kind of his right.
I was thinking about this today, and I was thinking about how Kamaru got a rematch with Leon after the head kick. And I was trying to compare it. And I think that's kind of what a lot of people are going to compare it to when they say, like, the champion, if you're a long champion, you get another shot. The reason I think this is different with Volk is I think that Kamaru was winning that whole fight versus Leon. Yeah. So that was like a big difference. Like, Leon only won the 5th round. I think Kamaru won rounds 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And that was also Kamaru's first loss, like, in a long time.
Not back to back.
The thing with Volk is we just seen him lose to Islam. Yes. Different division, yes. But that's all part of it. We just seen you get knocked out by Islam, and you come back and get knocked out by Topuria. Does he deserve a title shot? I don't know. I don't think, like we kind of just said, I don't see how he would beat Topuria. Does it, like, you kind of just have to do it. But
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, who do you like for Topuria next? What would it be?
That's what I was going to say. Max is booked with Gaethje now for 300. Yair and Ortega are fighting soon. If Yair wins that, it's kind of hard to give him a title shot after just getting one and winning one fight.
Yeah.
He gets another one automatically.
I was thinking if Max wins, he gets it at 45. But, Max could be a big, if he makes a big statement at Gaethje, he can get a shot at 55.
Bro, he's in the driver's seat if he wins that fight.
Yeah, so it's a big fight for Max, but I don't know if you can give Max a title shot at 45 because can he really be a champion knowing he lost to Volk 3 times? Like it's kind of a tough spot. I think we kind of finally got out of the Volk and Max rivalry. Not that it was bad. Not that Volk and Max weren't great champions or contenders in the 45 division. But now that we have a new guy, like I kind of just want to see the division move on. I would love to see Max, if he wins at 55, probably get a title shot or a title eliminator at 55. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know who else you'd give it to who would fight Ilia. I mean, I know who would fight Ilia at 45.
I know someone. I think I might be wearing his shirt.
That could be it.
Bro, I've been going back and forth on that because I think it's a bad precedent to set if the UFC lets Sugar go up for double champ status after only defending the belt once. But it would just be such a sweet fight. They might be the 2 best strikers in the UFC, or 2 of the top 5 strikers in the UFC, most definitely. They both just beat the GOAT of their respective divisions. And they're both stars. Yeah. They both have very entertaining highlight reels, maybe the 2 best highlight reels in the UFC. So Topuria versus Sugar Sean O'Malley, that's a fight that has to happen someday. But I think Merab has done everything you could possibly do to get that next title shot. He's beaten 3 champions in his last 3 fights. He beat a featherweight champ, a bantamweight champ, and a flyweight and bantamweight champ. That is nuts. I know we'll get to Merab, but yeah, 45 is in a weird spot right now because Volk and Max just cleaned that shit out like completely.
Yeah. So, like anybody now that like fights Topuria and like let's say they win it, it's not really validated because like Volk beat him, Max beat him, so it's like it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's definitely a tough spot. That's why I think in this scenario it's a perfect spot for Sugar Sean to go up. But then again, it does send a bad precedent. We've already had that multiple times in the past year.